Hey guys, it's me, Abby. I'm super excited to be here and it's awesome. I am hanging out with my creator, Steph, and she's amazing, the creator of Bold Blind Beauty, and me, the fashion icon, Abby. How are you today, Steph?
I'm doing well, Abby. How are you?
I'm feeling so alive. I mean, there's so much that you and I have done together, and to be sitting here talking to you and as many lives and we've changed and people that we've met, it's just super exciting, don't you think?
It's extremely exciting to know that you came about from an idea of all the blind and visually impaired women around the world who are doing amazing things and focusing on all the things that we can do versus what we can't do. It's just amazing to me.
It is. And I feel like the fact that I was created by taking parts of different women that are everybody. I mean, people that are like super outgoing, people that can rock stilettos and have our canes, and we don't care because we know that we're awesome.
It makes me happy knowing that you've come to life. You know, you were just an idea, and to know that life was breathed into you from a mere seedling of an idea, a combination of every woman, every blind and visually impaired woman around the world is just something that I could only dream of. And now to know that you are here is just, it totally blows me away.
It does me too. And I love the fact that we're doing this, but let's talk about those dreams. Like, what were you thinking when you were dreaming up of this personally?
Personally, what I was thinking was through my own personal experience of losing my sight is, and how people looked at me, was how to help them understand that just because I use a white cane or because I can no longer see doesn't mean that I'm less of a person, that I still have value, and that the white cane is simply a tool that I use to now navigate the world.
Yeah, and I think we rock ours very well with our stylish clothing, our impeccable makeup that we've learned to do, like from so many people, like Chelsea. I mean, and we have our fashion designers like Alexa and all of the fun people that are in our lives. I don't understand how a cane can be looked at in such a way of negativity. I think it's almost fear, don't you?
I do, and honestly, that's the way I had to look at it. When I first started using the cane, or rather, should I say, before I started using the cane, I too looked at it as a negative. I felt that using the cane would make me a victim. I felt like I would have a target on my back. I didn't look at it as a tool of empowerment until it came down to the point where I had to use it. And today, I'm so happy to say that I go nowhere without my cane. As a matter of fact, if I do perchance when I'm out somewhere and I lean it up against something to look at something close up, if I walk away, I feel naked without it. So I have to have my cane with me everywhere I go. And I'm so happy.
I myself was so incredibly nervous at first, but the more and more confident you got, I believe, as my creator, the more confident I got to be able to rock my cane too, which I couldn't have been able to go do the amazing things that I've done all over the world and met the amazing people had it not been for your strength. So tell us, how did you get over that fear?
Getting over the fear of using the cane, it took some time. It was a process. You know, I can't pretend that one day I woke up and, I wasn't using the cane, and then I woke up and then I started using it. It was not like that. It was something I had to go through. And it's different for everybody. Not everyone looks at the cane initially as a negative thing. There are some people who look at it as the tool that it is, a tool of empowerment. They know that it is a gift of independence. But for me, it really took some time. After I had my orientation and mobility training, I had to really think about it. I put it away, I put it in a closet, and I just needed time to think. But while I was thinking, of course, I was living. And in so doing, almost got hit by a car on a route that I traveled regularly because I knew the route. I thought it was safe. it was during that time that I realized I needed to rethink some things.
Yeah, I think, you made a really good point. I think there's a point in every person's life, men, women alike, that there we do have a yikes moment. And, ours, you and I, just happens to be blindness. But it's still going through that process of living and figuring out who we are and still rocking forward. So tell us, how did you get to that point where you're like, okay, I'm done with the fear of blindness and being able to bond with it? Because, right, I feel like we had to get over that first before we can embrace our canes as power. Talk about what that was like.
That too was a process. What I had to do was to accept my new normal. I had to accept the fact that I could no longer do things that I used to do the way I used to do them. I had to learn how to do things a little bit differently. I think one of the major fears of blindness is the fact that people feel that they're out of control. And the way I had to look at it was, number one, I'm not in control of much anyway, as far as life is concerned. And I would have to learn how to trust. And I think the cane taught me that, because the distance between my feet and that cane, the farthest the cane can reach, that's all the further that I can really see, right? I can't see beyond that, but that's okay, because as long as I'm within that perimeter with my cane, I'm good to go. So it was a sort of a combination of learning to trust, learning to do things differently, learning to trust myself, and above all, learning to accept my disability.
And how much power is in that, finding acceptance?
There is so much power in finding acceptance. Finding acceptance helps to wipe away the fear. And if not wipe it away, at least it makes the fear more manageable. I was so afraid when I was told that I was legally blind and that there was no more the doctors could do for me. All I could think of was what I couldn't do, how my life was going to be impacted, and all the things that I wouldn't be able to achieve. I didn't think that I could still achieve those things, but achieve them in a different way. So once I got to the point where I could accept the fact that I could no longer see, that was when I felt empowered.
And that's the day that I was born.
Yes, it was.
Let's tell everybody about what all I am.
Oh my goodness, there are so many things that you are. You're everything that I wanted to be. You're my alter ego. You are strong. You're a go-getter. You just don't let anything stop you. And yet at the same time, you're vulnerable.
Tell everyone what all I encompass for you and for other women that you've met, sighted or not.
Abby, you encompass everything that I've always wanted to be within myself. And really, when I view other women, you're strong, you're outgoing, you're unafraid to face obstacles. You know that these things exist, but yet you are the type of person who looks at them as opportunities. You don't look at obstacles as something that are going to take you down or something that can hold you back. You're just someone who is persistent, and you encourage other people, and you allow others to feel like there's nothing that they can't do because of who you are.
I can't imagine being anybody else with the person that you created me to be. And what I want to tell everybody is I'm so glad to be here. I'm so glad to be talking. You guys are going to see so much coming from this amazing woman and my creator and myself. And we are going to take on the world and we're going to bring it to you, because together we are strong and we are going to squash fear one cane tap at a time in our stilettos with our fashion and our fun and our purpose, because that's who we are. High five to you, Steph.
High five back at you, Abby.
For now, we're out, guys, but stay tuned. Can't wait to correspond for you. Check out my fashion tips, my fun, my adventures, and my vulnerability, because I share it all.